Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 4, and today we're going to be talking about episode 12, and this is going to be my review. So we're going to be giving my thoughts, and also we're going to be breaking down the most important plot points and points to do with character, and also we're going to be going over some theories as to the future. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any later DC TV videos this year. But today we're going to be talking about the episode, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts first off. So overall, this episode was a very fun episode. There were points that I didn't like about it, and I'll be talking about that in this video, but there was so much that I really did like, and especially to do with Barry's storyline and what was going on there. Let's get right into this. So first off, I want to talk about the ending scene. So it's revealed that Warden actually installed a camera because he was a bit suspicious of why Barry was helping, and he installed a camera somehow really sneakily that Barry didn't notice, and he got a picture of him running as the Flash. So the Flash is exposed. Will he expose his identity? Considering that if they pinned the Flash as a criminal due to Barry actually being incarcerated in prison, that could be a way of the Thinker actually outing the Flash as Barry Allen, and also the Flash as being a potential criminal. So that could be part of his plan, but we will have to wait and see if Warden actually releases this. So I'm sure his name is quite big, and he's big in the comics, so he's got something definitely up his sleeve. And we find out at the ending in the post-credit scene, he's actually in business with Blacksmith, and he's going to be selling Barry and also the other metahumans in the metahuman wing. And next episode there's going to be a big prison break led by Barry, because all those metahumans in the metahuman wing at Iron Heights are going to be getting sold to Blacksmith, and Blacksmith is going to try and sell them or give them to the Thinker or do something that will develop the plot further. So by the end of the episode, Barry's moved into the metahuman wing, and he's not going to be able to get out, because if you didn't know, Barry was in the normal human wing where there's no restrictions to his powers, so he was a lot more free, and now he won't be able to actually get out of this prison. So moving on from that, so that was an excellent part of the episode. So there was a Sabotage Easter Egg, and it was a pretty big one, and it was like looking back at season 3 and putting the ending of season 3 in a nutshell and explaining it to Ralph really quickly, considering that Ralph wasn't on the show in season 3, and basically they just showed the Lego set again, and Cisco and Ralph were actually shrunk down, so we got to see it in quite a big way, and it was a really nice scene. I really enjoyed it. I love the callback to season 3. So another big plot point that I actually enjoyed in this episode was Barry and Big Sir, and Big Sir by the end of the episode was able to escape from prison with the help of Barry, and that actually got Barry sent to a worse place. Although it's for the greater good, it wasn't for the greater good for Barry, but I'm so happy that Big Sir is free, because at the end of the episode, when it was revealed that Dwarf Star, the villain of the episode, wouldn't actually confess to Big Sir actually being innocent, I felt so sorry, and it was just great seeing that Barry actually sent him to China, and now he's free. He can live his life in solitary. That's what he actually said he was going to do. That's what they do at this place that he went to. So it was a great send-off for his character. Maybe we'll get to see him soon. So the Barry prison opening scene, I wanted to say this. It was a really nice scene. I loved it how they were playing cards, how Barry was totally into it, how it juxtaposed to what Iris and everyone was thinking that Barry was going through. They thought he was going through a really tough time, and we got to see Mayor Bellows again, and so that was a nice callback to what actually happened earlier on in the season, and also to Mayor Bellows in the past. So Cecile in this episode experiences some temporary powers, and she's able to read minds, and this is mainly used for humor, and this was one part of the episode that I wasn't a big fan of. I felt like the humor was kind of unnecessary. It seemed very forced. Some points actually worked, but most of the episode that was just to fill up time, and I really didn't like it because it was just really cheesy. It was just telling us everything, and it wasn't used in such a way that was actually really interesting like a normal metahuman, but this felt like it was very forced in our faces. But I really just didn't like it or enjoy it or get attached to it at all. And also in the episode, Cecile's child is revealed not to be a metahuman, so this crosses off Daniel West for now. Next up, Dwarf Star. He's a comic book character. He's pretty big in the comics, and in the TV show he's able to shrink things like the Ray, but he's actually a metahuman. It was due to him actually stealing some Dwarf Star, and then he was on the bus, so he's a bus meta. And with Barry exiting from the Speed Force, he got those metahuman powers, and he actually uses it to collect big items for his collection. They look like toys, but they're actually real things, so he can enlarge them, he can shrink them back down, and Cisco and Ralph are caught in the crossfire, and Cisco and Ralph are actually shrunk down, and it was a nice use of humor. I actually kind of enjoyed this part of the humorous part of the episode, and just throughout the episode we got some funny scenes with them, and by the end they were able to get back to normal size. So one of the last parts of the episode that I actually want to address is going back to couples therapy, and again, I wasn't a fan of this at first. It was quite funny the first time, then it got used again, now it's been used again. It just seems like it's really dead, like they've got nothing else to do, and I don't enjoy that at all. That was probably the worst part of the episode, the couples therapy, because it really had no impact. It was so short, didn't work at all, and just not a big fan of that. Hopefully they actually don't go back there, but yeah, only two main parts of the episode that I didn't really like, that was Cecile's powers and the couples therapy. So overall, a very good episode. I really enjoyed it as much as normal, but there was some parts of the episode that lacked compared to the other parts, but there were some really great parts like the ending and all the Barry stuff. Felt like the Cisco and Ralph stuff was very good, and basically most of the stuff apart from the Cecile stuff I actually really enjoyed in this episode. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make us strong, it doesn't make us weak. Tongue tied to service like sharp